think we're recording, and I think somebody was trying to get in while I was doing that, but now it disappeared.
Uh-oh.
Hopefully they will come back and say, let me in. Okay, so, oh, there it is. Tanya's coming.
Oh, good. She's our spokesperson, right?
It was Tina who was the
Yeah.
spokesperson the other days.
Well, it's Tanya now because she was last.
All those in favor? Tanya, we have such good news for you.
Uh-oh. I'm the last to join. That sounds bad.
It was unanimous. You could be the spokesperson.
I will be the spokesperson.
Hey.
I have no problem with that.
If you don't want to, we can let Jana do it. It'll be fine.
I know I threw you under the bus, Tanya.
Tina's
I
not
have
here.
absolutely no problem with this.
So hopefully you saw in the other document with our group names and numbers and everything, there was the document. It's called Grayslake Session 3 Value Statements.
Yep.
And so I worked on this a little bit with them to streamline the process here a little bit. And so, and Tanya, I should tell you, we are not the group that is live streaming today.
Oh.
We are recording, but we are not we're not the live streaming group. I allowed another group
to have that privilege.
It was a big fight to see who got it, I'm sure.
My colleagues and friends said their group could handle it. So there you go. So I didn't have any, our group was assigned creativity. So the thought for us was to, obviously creativity you see in the box at the top, open to discovery of new ways, innovative. What my thought process, if I was in charge of this fully, I would have probably said, let's brainstorm what it means to be creative. And then we would work on how we can take some of that sentiment or those ideas and wrap them into a value statement. Because I think it's not necessary in my mind that we have to use the word creative, actually. If we're getting to the essence of being creative, then that could be a way of doing it too. Or we may decide that creative makes perfect sense in there. I'm not trying to direct us, but it doesn't, the sentence doesn't have to have the word creativity in it to have the essence of what creativity means. So I just was thinking that we would just do some brainstorming about ideas or concepts regarding each of the words, and our word is creativity. Make sense? So Christy, we didn't even ask, we just assumed. I hope that was okay that you were going to be our typing guru to help us with that.
Yeah, do you still have that one? Oh, I'm getting echo of myself. I'm sorry if it's for others. Do you still have that one Google Doc where we were just continuing to take notes?
Yes. While
Can you share it with
are,
me?
yes, while we start brainstorming, then I will look for that and get it to you, if that makes sense.
Yeah, because that way you can all be in one place.
Okay, so
I could talk while you're looking for that, Paul.
Perfect.
So I was really excited when I saw that our word was creativity, because I went directly to a book called The 100 Languages of Children. And it's all about ways to show what you know, but in all the different ways, so that kids can show what they know, but it's not traditional. It doesn't have to be traditional. It doesn't have to be paper, pencil. Obviously, I'm sorry that I always go back to early childhood, but that's my thing. But I taught in a school where it was Reggio inspired. And so if you were doing a study, say on birds, they could show what they know about birds in whatever way they choose. So it could be making a model of a bird. It could be telling you about a bird. It could be writing a story about a bird. So when I looked at creativity, I thought it kind of goes also with that creating equity, because it allows children, students, to show what they know in the ways that make sense to them.
Mm.
So that's kind of my thing. Did you find it yet, Paul? Would you like
I
me to
did.
I can filibuster more.
You're doing great.
I love that. I was also thinking about it in terms of like, I think there's a tie into community as well. Just this idea that like, whatever comes up, we're gonna figure it out. You know, whether that's like how to get a student engaged, or how to get funding for something that teachers need, or you know, whatever it is within our community, we'll be creative, like resourcefully, you know, and we'll get together and we'll find a way, we'll figure it out. And I really like that. And it also, to me, like gives that sense that like we've got some grit, you know.
Christy, I found the document you were looking and I put the link in right under the word group 1 on the document that we're working on. I hope everyone sees that. Oh, I put it. Yeah, no, it's there. I hope.
It is. I see it.
Where is it?
Right under the word group 1. Under grade at the top. So right where it says Gray's Lake Session 3 value statements.
Oh, I see. Yeah. In that document. Got it.
Yes. And so then I just started writing some of the words that you were just saying, Christy, in that brainstorming box. So I don't know where else, if you were writing somewhere else.
Oh, I wasn't writing anywhere. I was waiting for you to pull this document up. So I'll do it now.
So Jana, review some of the big words that you thought.
I was just thinking that more of going of how students can show what they've learned, their progress, that it like alternate ways to show what they know. Students can show the same knowledge, but in different ways.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the things I think about when you just said that, I think that student choice for creative ways to demonstrate their knowledge fits into that kind of concept. That one size doesn't have to fit everything for every assignment and such.
Right.
Keep brainstorming.
So what about just some synonyms for creativity? So inventiveness, imagination, innovation, individuality.
Nice use of tools if you were looking those up, Irina, or else you have a wonderful word bank in your head.
Wait, I got inventiveness, imagination, individuality, but I think there was a third one, Irina. Or fourth
Innovative
one.
or innovate.
Innovation. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, I like that word. Innovate to fish.
Innovativity, is that a word? No.
Let's make up new words.
Yeah.
Because we're creative.
So using simpler words, trying new things, risking, daring, being bold, any of those kind of words to me is about being creative.
Yeah.
And it looked like you wanted to talk and I stopped you.
You're very observant. No, I was thinking in terms of creativity, I mean, and maybe we're kind of getting into it too, but is it also about like teachers and administrators being like open to trying new things as well? Not just students. I wasn't quite sure with this particular creativity value and how it applies to the district. If it's like, are we focused on students or is it kind of everyone? I wasn't sure.
I think the whole concept of a value statement is every human that is involved with the system has that. So that's why I had written in the box creative problem solvers too. So that means adults too. about how we can do both kind of things. And administrators, yes. And so just because we've always done something one way doesn't mean that's why we have to do it that way. That's part of that creativeness too.
Yep.
And I think we've learned that this year through remote learning, that a lot of things that we always took for granted just didn't work anymore. And so we have to think about how we can make them, maybe keep doing some of those things. I'll give an example. We had very, very good turnout with parent-teacher conferences, and our feedback of doing virtual parent-teacher conferences were very high. And so people didn't have to travel if they had kids in 3 schools. They didn't have to worry about being late. They didn't have to worry about even walking in the building and not knowing where to get to. I mean, we've all been there. We've all experienced those things. And, I think we're going to continue to make that an option moving forward next year, probably. Are you coming in, or are you going to meet me on Google? Those
As a
are all.
parent, I loved that, because Woodland has 3 floors, and they're all stairs, and it's a big building to try and get to, and then get to a whole different school to get to my son. I loved the virtual conferences. It's a big time saver.
Totally.
And sometimes it's nice to be personal and sit across the table, and that may be necessary, but that could be an option. So that's being creative in how we schedule those.
I love options. It's always good. Yeah.
I'm gonna add inquiry. One of the things that I'm actually inquiry and curiosity as, drivers of creativity, and I'm doing some work around that. The idea of inquiry and curiosity as like a leadership competency in my day job, and just this idea that curiosity is the antidote to judgment, and curiosity drives innovation, because the minute we stop doing and we start asking, then we open up to possibilities. And so that idea even of we value asking and wondering as much as we value doing and making, in our district, and that we want to have a place where students, everyone can have the time to do and think and question and wonder, students and teachers and staff.
I like that one, because I was struggling just a little bit with the whole value statement has clear implications of the behaviors, and I think that one is very very clear what the behaviors are. So I like.
Yeah.
All day yesterday, I don't know why I kept going back to that phrase, the power of yet, because it's something that I've done even with my own kids. When they say, I can't do it, I go, you can't do it yet. Or even with staff, when they're like, well, we don't know how to do this. I said, you don't know how to do it yet. We just haven't figured it out yet, but we will. We'll work together. We'll brainstorm. We'll be creative.
Yeah.
That's kind of that. And I liked what that word you used, Christy. Wonder. I like that word.
Yeah. Just that idea of what if, both from a curriculum perspective, what if we, what if we flipped it on its head? Sorry, Paul. And then from a student perspective, what are the opportunities that would create to have students wonder what if?
Yeah.
I don't disagree. One of the things I'm trying to figure out how we're going to do is, what if we didn't do our state assessments that we're supposed to be doing this year? Chris knows what I'm talking about, so we were discussing that in an earlier meeting today.
Yeah, I don't think you get a lot of resistance on that. What if?
I was gonna say.
So what other, Christy, where are you typing? Where are you typing?
I'm typing in our master document right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think they
and I
want us.
apologize because I thought I had my laptop plugged in, with a power source, and now I see I don't. So I'm gonna go off camera and find that, but I still have my AirPods in so I can hear you guys.
Okay. What other things would you brainstorm about creativity? What else would we like to see? All of our students, all of our staff, all of the custodians, all of the bus drivers. What would you like to see with creativity? When I think about creativity for the bus drivers, I do want them to follow the route, and I do want them
Get
to.
too creative.
That's fair, Paul.
Something we have to just do.
I'm a little punchy today, so I'm sorry if my joke didn't go over so well.
Yeah, I was looking forward to having a practice run yesterday for hybrid. It was our lighter day, but
Oh, so
jump.
disappointing. Yeah.
We were just gonna jump in with both feet tomorrow and just see how it goes. It'll be fine. Yeah,
What
Paul,
other-
my head is spinning. Like, I know what you're, like, this whole being open to, like, that thinking outside the box without using that phrase because it's kind of overused. But, but having staff, having administrators, having community, being open to that, process.
I'll be honest, it makes me a little cringe. Makes me cringe a little bit because I don't want a teacher just to use any instructional strategy. We know that there are best instructional strategies. And so I don't want them just to say, oh, well, we'll just do, creative fun things. We still have to be based in
Right.
sound decisions and all those kind of things.
Yeah.
Sure.
Some parameters. Yeah, for sure. I think it's easier to be creative with certain ages than it is others,
Yeah.
or in different ways. Like middle schoolers can totally figure out which way, they kind of already know how they learn best and how they can best present things. Where the smaller ones, you kind of have to figure that out for them or help them get there.
Coach them.
Yes, encourage, guide, light the way.
What if, just looking back at our words, what if we had a statement that was something like, in D46, we believe that I don't know, something, everyone is able to question, wonder, and inquire, which, basically, if we give everyone the opportunity to think, question, wonder, and inquire, it's like the power of yet. We know that we will be able to find creative solutions to anything that comes our way, basically. It wouldn't be that wordy, but, that idea of, if we do this, then we know, that power of yet will be there.
So, we believe when given the opportunity we'll find creative something.
Yeah.
Do we have to stick with believe, or can
What, Arena?
do we have to stick with believe, or can we use something like encourage? So in District 46, we encourage
Yeah, I like that.
question, wonder, or whatever.
Yeah.
Or value. We value creative. I don't know, Paul, do we have to use believe or value, or were those?
Those were just suggestions because sometimes people don't really know how to get started.
Got it.
So,
That's all I wrote down, and then I ran out of post-it note room. So I couldn't. Okay, so we encourage, what else did you say?
thanks, Paul.
Creativity or creative.
What if we encourage individuality?
Mm.
And that kind of brings in everyone's sense of belonging and being respected for who they are and being able to be who they are.
Kind of hits on equity too.
Mm-hmm.
Paul, are you capturing that? Because I see you in this other document, so I figured that you're.
I just started, but I saw that you were adding things too, so I had slowed down.
Okay, sorry. I saw that you pasted everything over in the.
Oh,
in
I
the
did that.
Facebook
I'm
group.
sorry.
No, that's great. I was just about to do it, so it's perfect.
I kept flipping back and forth, and I'm like, "Ugh, I'm tired of this.
Yeah, no, it's better here. Oh,
You know, I was going to say in the statement, we encourage everyone to think, question, wonder, ask. I'm wondering if instead of like everyone to think, like using just the verbs, we encourage, you know, the
what about
question,
just
wondering.
we think, question, wonder, and ask. Like in E46, we think, question, wonder, and ask.
Yeah.
You're going to try that?
Yeah, I'll try it. And then how do we put I love that individuality piece. I'm wondering, oh, am I an anonymous wolf?
I think you are.
Wow, that's exciting. Like, how do we, I know there's a group that has equity, and I feel like individuality is such a nice bridge between creativity and equity.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe we just note it, you know, or like
I don't want to be a spoiler alert, but the one below us is belonging, and their statement definitely has individuality as a focus.
Okay.
Ooh, thanks for the heads
That's
up,
good.
Chris Icon.
When I just scrolled and I can see it.
I'm coming back. Do we need to have do we need a ending phrase with those verbs? Do we need to have anything more? Because if creativity isn't there, will everyone know that that's what we mean by those words? Are those verbs strong enough to get everyone to understand that we're talking about creativity?
I added,
Yeah, I think what you just added kind of makes it explicit.
what do you think?
Could we add, I like the word in the phrase above, discover.
Yeah, to discover innovative solutions. That's great.
Or even in the verbs. We think, wonder, discover, and ask powerful.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
I don't know if that makes sense. Or if it's better there in.
I think I kind of like it better as a descriptor to discovering innovative solutions.
Like as a
I
verb
agree.
down there.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Ooh, I like this.
How about instead of the word questions that lead us, questions to lead us?
Yeah, and also I also have think, question, wonder, and ask powerful questions. So how about we think, wonder, and ask powerful questions?
Or maybe we wonder, think. I'm trying to think. Like, what's the order?
I know.
Or maybe we don't need the word think. Maybe we need, we
I
wonder.
wonder. We wonder, comma. We have 4 minutes.
We wonder so many things.
We wonder so many things. Yeah.
We wonder.
Hmm. I mean, we could say we
Like-
wonder what if, but then that's the.
What
that is
about
part of the
imagine?
discussion.
What if we imagine?
Oh,
Like imagine.
yeah. That's great.
Okay, I like this.
I like this a
So
lot.
to me, this all leads to creative problem solving
Yeah.
and not necessary creativity. I think it's leaning more towards solve because we're looking for solutions.
Mhm.
Right. But those solutions could be like capturing opportunities as well, though, not just problem solving.
So should we say that? Innovative
What if we,
opportunities and solutions?
Or just
Experiences, opportunities, solutions, you know.
Mhm.
what if,
questions.
what if we just add, we foster creativity through, and then just very,
here? Like this?
I mean, I don't know how much clearer that can be.
And then we have to change our.
Through wonder, imagination.
Oh, and powerful questions.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
That-
I like that.
Lead us to discover innovative opportunities and solutions.
All right. What do you think?
That changes my gut reaction to that it's just great that it's just creative problem solving. You know, I think it's bigger now.
Yeah. And you know what? It also gets at the awesomeness piece.
Yeah.
You know, that like wonder and imagination. I mean, that's everything that we talked about when we talked about like an awesome experience.
Right.
And then there's an achievement, you know, piece in there too with discovery and, you know,
Mhm.
solutions. Even though there's probably a group that's talking about achievement too.
Yeah, I like it.
We have the best group.
Good job keeping us together, Paul.
I didn't want to have, you know,
iPad? Oh, sorry, Paul.
it's hard to, you know, get a group going again with a hard topic like this. So it's probably really smart thinking to keep the groups the same this time.
Yeah.
I think so.
And I've been reading it again. It also could be a period after the word questions.
Yeah.
And how would you have that second?
Yeah, then that's a sentence fragment.
Well, no, then I don't know if that's necessary because then it's opening things up to however in all situations.
I like these words though.
I do too.
I like the discover and the innovative.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah. I think it gets at that idea of like we can tackle anything if we are creative.
Mhm.
It's like growth mindset to me.
Yeah, and it can be across all. It can be, you know, a community issue. It could be something within a staff. It could be, you know, kids showing what they know. I feel like it kind of embodies.
Mm-hmm.
Be an IEP solution for a kid, you know? It could be anything.
Yeah.
I fully admitted I didn't write down what time we were supposed to go back.
7:10.
7:10.
Right now.
Yeah,
That's
right
fine.
now.
Good timing, Paul. Gotta find our meeting again.
Tanya, you're okay being our
I'm
spokesperson?
okay. Yep.
Love you,
Wonderful,
Tanya.
thank you.
I'm good.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to stop recording.
All right. See everybody on the other side.